Now I'll try to read a little more from the novel called Rock Wagram, which of course should be pronounced Rock Wagram, being an English or American variant of the name Arak Wagramian. This is more of the stuff that's in italics, which means that it's the stuff that many readers prefer to skip because it doesn't carry the story forward insofar as the story may be considered to be a matter of plot. Every man's life means more than any other man may ever guess or suspect, more than any man himself may ever guess or suspect, as he himself knows. The mystery of every man is a full-grown thing while he is still in his mother's womb. To live, to go on living, is to have this full-grown thing worn away by time until nothing is left. As the wearing away proceeds, the meaning of a man's life goes farther and farther past knowing or guessing, until meaning and no meaning are one and the same thing. What does a man mean, for instance? What does he mean sitting in a poker game at 2 in the morning? What does he mean carrying this full-grown but vanishing thing to the cards and to their values? Does he mean that it is he who is the lucky one? Does his sitting there mean he is drawing nearer with each hand dealt to fatherhood and proud unimportance, to love and fun, to health and gladness? Does it mean that if he makes a heart flush, the war will end by morning? Does it mean that if he draws to 2 pair and makes a full house, his children will be handsome and have fine hearts and strong minds? Does it mean that if he is dealt a pat queen high straight, the girl he marries will be the one woman in the world to send him by accident to the best end he could ever reach? Now these passages in italics occur in the novel at the beginning of every chapter. Chapters being short, there's a lot of these passages. I'm just going to turn a few pages at random, remarking in the meantime that I am speaking with a rather heavy cold in the head, nasal passages, throat, lungs. Whatever the time of him, a man is his own poor friend, his own proud stranger, his own cunning enemy, watching with sharp eyes his mother's own son. It is himself who is the luckiest man, as he himself knows. Now, I may say that this phrase, as he himself knows, runs all the way through the italicized passages of the novel. The implication being that every man, however simple, however uninvolved, unevolved, knows his destiny, knows it deeply, knows it by instinct. Now, to go on with this passage, it is his own half words and half acts, left in half places at half times, that grow whole in all men, winking in them and winking in their children. For a man is the race. Every one of him is the race, and each is good, each is innocent, and each is winked into his own innocence, as he himself knows. A man lives out his time in secret, leaving behind no word of what he was or did or knew, or leaving only half a word mixed with coughing or laughter, or half an act of dancing on the floor of his own mother's kitchen when he was 5 and loved the promise of time and the whole world. Now that's the end of that one. But I'll turn along and get a later one. Let's see now. We come here. Perhaps I can find the one that I really want to read, which is a rather long one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is it. This will probably conclude any reading that I am apt to do. This is near the end of the novel Rock Wagram. A man is a captured thing, captured by living matter, by the habits, customs, compulsions, and dreams of this living matter. A man means nothing. 2,000 million of him, living and dying at the same time, mean nothing. But no man lives who does not mean more than the sum of everything in books, for a man is a jackrabbit, running between capture and capture, a tiger in the circus, a lion in the zoo, a worm in the flower pot, a bat in the barn. All of them together mean nothing, but one at a time, a man means the sum of ever-growing meaning. He means business. He means doing, though there is nothing good to do, or bad to do, or fair to middling to do, except one thing: to love. To love his woman, his wife. To love her hair, her feet, her teeth. To love the nails of her fingers, her tonsils, her nose, ears, eyes, cheeks, neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, the soft hair of her skin, breasts, nipples, underarms, navel, flanks, thighs. All of her. Her speech, her laughter, her anger, her tears, her petulance, her imbecilities, her mother, her father, her son, her daughter. Man is a family thing. His meaning is a family meaning. A man comes from a long time ago and is on his way to a long time hence. He goes walking with his family, loitering along the way, looking for the daughters of the strangers walking in the opposite direction with their families, falling back a little as one of them falls back, looking at the flowers she's looking at as she waits for him to fall upon her, waits to bite with love, to be bitten with love by him. Now, there's more to this, and I am going to read it. His secret, the secret of a man is being, just being. And his being is most truly being when he falls upon his woman. To kiss and hold fast, and to place into her all of his family from long ago, all of his time. To capture the unknown one, to bring him back to the grass and green of being. What good is it? It's no good at all, but it's better than nothing. There are good things. Sandwiches are good, thin sandwiches. A bath is a good thing. And what about philosophy? Will that help? No. The best philosophy is to open a can, and if there's anything good in it to eat it. What about religion? Will that help? No. But if it's time to sing a hosanna, sing it and let it not help, for it is better than nothing. If there's a red rose on a rose tree, pick it and give it to a loitering girl, for that is better than nothing. Is there anything at all to art? Will art help? No. But if it seems like a good idea to look at things carefully, although this will help nothing, look at things carefully, for that is art. That is what art is. And it is often a good idea to look at things carefully and to see them. This also is better than nothing. Well, what about being great? Wouldn't it be great to be great? Wouldn't it be great to be that great? No, but it is better than nothing, although it is no different and the same as not being great, the same as being a fool. For a man is a jackass with the heart of a lion, as he himself knows. A jackass with the heart of a lion, as he himself knows. This, too, is better than nothing. Now, what about music? Music is fine. A man ought to listen to music. Now, about jokes, what about them? Will the telling of jokes or the listening to the telling of jokes help? Yes. But this will come nearest to seeming to be something of value. It will not help truly, but it is better than nothing. Now, what about money? Will money help? No, but it's all right, and every man should collect Indian head pennies. Every man should have at least 2 or 3 Indian head pennies carefully collected. Is there something to be said for shoes? Yes, a man should wear shoes. It won't help, but it's better than nothing. A prosperous man should have a pair of black shoes and a pair of brown shoes. Now, is penmanship a nice thing? Penmanship is one of the nicest things there is. A man with a flair for penmanship can sit down and write a letter to somebody or his name and do it with flourishes. Penmanship is very nice. Many great men have had it, and their signatures are to be seen here and there, though they themselves are dead. There is a certain innocent confusion and absurdity and earnestness in penmanship, and it's better than nothing, too. And now, would swifter airplanes come in handy? No. Is there anything at all to the dropping of bombs more destructive than the atomic or H or I or J or K or L or M or N or O bombs? Yes, these should be dropped, especially the I and O ones. But this is not better than nothing. This is just pure. Dropping these bombs will not help, and is not better than nothing, but not dropping them would be to waste them, and they are expensive. The dropping should be pinpoint on the head of whoever it was that spoke so clearly. Now, wouldn't it be better if people were different? Wouldn't it be better if Russians were more Americanized and Americans were more Russianized? No, the theory that people should be different from apes is a false theory. There is nothing for apes and people to be different from. This also is better than nothing. Are eggs good? Yes, with salt and pepper. That sums up, as far as I am concerned, the greater part of the last italicized passage in the novel Rock for Ground. The last before, by accepting 3 or 4, which is so entirely irrelevant that it's scarcely worth bothering with. But I'll read an earlier one. This is a very short one, italicized. If a man and his friends are liars to one another, is their lying worth the trouble? For is it not impossible to be a liar after all? Is not the lie also the truth? Most writers are preoccupied with lies and truth, there's no doubt about that. And of course they are justified in being preoccupied. We'll take another little passage, moving back forward in the book. Is a man many men, or vagrant parts of many men, each part desperate with failure? Is he something in shoes which gets up and walks, all of the parts standing in his shoes? It's all right, doesn't mean anything. But if anybody ever reads the book, it may, besides tiring him excessively, prove rather interesting. And I think that's all for the time being.